Hi, everyone. About a minute on how Europe's climate change policies keep colliding with political reality. A lot of things have happened over the last week that show just how much opposition there is among European voters to these radical climate policies that are being pushed by both the European Commission and by the European governments. Last week, the French president, Emmanuel Macron, gave a speech in which he said, I'm quoting here, "We must not make any new changes to the rules because we will lose all of our industrial players." He's clearly worried about France's industrial base, and he reiterated those claims a day later when he visited a steel plant in Dunkirk. And then on Monday of this week, Danish truckers blockaded roads across Denmark to protest a fuel tax that the Danish government wants to impose. And some of the truckers during the protest were wearing yellow vests. Remember, in 2018, there were widespread strikes across France for the same reason. The French government wanted to impose new taxes on motor fuel, and that led to widespread protests all across the country. In Denmark, the Danish truckers blocked key ports, they blocked key roads, they blocked access to the Copenhagen airport. And then in Germany, you have a big slide in the popularity of the German Green Party ahead of elections there. And then on Monday of this week, the Financial Times ran an article with this headline, quote, "Political pushback puts brakes on Brussels' green agenda." And then right below that, it said, "The EU is being forced to delay parts of its green agenda as it confronts political headwinds ahead of next June's European elections." I think this is just yet more evidence of working class opposition to a lot of these climate policies, which increase the cost of energy and power. Now, is the Biden administration paying attention to what is happening in Europe? If they're not, I think they should, because I see similar kinds of things happening here in the U.S. We're nowhere near Europe yet, but the reality is that a lot of this climate policy, I would say almost all of it, imposes regressive taxes on the poor and the middle class. And the Democrats have to be aware of that. By the way, it's one of the things I talked about with Rui Teixeira on the Power Hungry podcast this week. It was a great conversation with Rui. I encourage you to check it out. In the meantime, follow me on Substack, robertbryce.substack.com. Thanks a lot. See ya.